What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Kell Brook, he says he's not going to give up his belt. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to drop his belt or vacate it. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually willing to fight Errol Spence in 2017. You know what I mean? And that's what he's saying, you know what I mean? That's what he's saying, He says ideally, his body weight and coming down from 160, preferably he'd be a better fighter at 154, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't want to give up what he worked so hard for to achieve and become a world champion in 2014 when he beat Errol Spence, you know what I mean? But he's talking about, I said Errol Spence, excuse me, when he beat Sean Porter. All right. Now the man Kell Brook is saying that, but he's also saying that he would like a unification fight with the man Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And actually, that'll be a great fight. That'll be a great fight. But he's only saying that because, in my opinion, he wants to avoid Errol Spence. You know what I mean? He wants to avoid Errol Spence. It's obvious. Errol Spence been his mandatory. What are we in 20? Yeah, since 2016 actually. You know what I mean? While the man. What's his name? Kell Brook fought his mandatories, guys like Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin, and Kevin Bizier. When it's time for his mandatory, Errol Spence for him to fight his mandatory at the IBF, he ducks and dodges a fight. You know what I mean? He goes out there to fight Triple G, and a fight that was basically a circus show. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Was it even worth it? He got $5 million in pay-per-view revenue. Definitely. Excuse me, definitely his biggest payday of his career, you know what I mean? But was it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? He got his orbital bone fractured, all right, and we don't know when we'll see him in the ring next, you know what I mean? The IBF gave him until I think February 24th to make a decision about that belt, you know what I'm saying? And that's a long time from now. That's next year, all right? We only in November. So that's basically 3 months away. November, December, January. Fact, man, it's basically like 4 months away. You know what I mean? All right, so that gives the man Kell Brook a lot of time to stall. You know what I'm saying? But he said basically if he can't get a unification fight with Manny Pacquiao, then he'll fight Errol Spence. You know what I mean? And Eddie Hearn said basically with him being the mandatory. A 75-25 split for Kell Brook is mandatory. And if that's the case, they'll definitely bring that fight to Sheffield, UK. That's where the man Kell Brook is from. And that'll be a good look, you know what I'm saying? Make the fight happen, you know what I mean? All right, Errol Spence, what's he going to do between then and now? When's the last time he fought? End of August, right? After the Olympics, right? Actually, the very last, what was it? The very last event in the Olympics. That's when after the very last event in the Olympics, the USA basketball when they got the gold medal, then that's when Errol Spence fought. So that was end of August, all right. So if that's the case, man, how long will Errol Spence wait? You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence might have to fight guys like he might have to fight the winner of Joe Horn and what's the guy from South Africa? Ali Funika, you know what I mean? Because they're supposed to be fighting actually on December 10th, Jeff Horn versus Ali Funika, you know what I'm saying? And because the man Jeff Horn is highly ranked in the IBF rankings for the welterweight division. All right, so Kell Brook, we don't even know when we're gonna see him in the ring. He talks about basically every day he's talking about a different opponent, except Errol Spence. You know what I mean? He was talking about Amir Khan a week ago. Now he's talking about Manny Pacquiao. When Pacquiao won back his WBO welterweight belt, the man Kell Brook wrote on Twitter he'd like a unification with Manny Pacquiao. And that's a good fight, actually. That's a good fight. So if he fights Manny Pacquiao before he fights Errol Spence, I wouldn't be mad at him. I wouldn't call that ducking, you know what I mean? That's more of a legacy fight, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like when Floyd Mayweather didn't fight Paul Williams, the winner of Paul Williams and what's that guy's name? Um, in Margarito because he had the Oscar De La Hoya fight on the table, which was basically a legacy fight and worth much more money, you know what I'm saying, than Margarito and Paul Williams winner, you know what I mean? So the instances like that, or when Manny Pacquiao was supposed to, could have fought a guy like Edwin Valero, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But he got the fight with again with Oscar De La Hoya for a big payday, another legacy fight. So, let me know what you think about Kell Brook talking about he'd like to get a unification with Pacquiao and saying that he's not going to drop his belt. And if a Manny Pacquiao unification doesn't happen, then he's willing to fight Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. And let me know if you guys really believe this guy, you know what I mean, and Eddie Hearn. You check it. Will they really fight the man Errol Spence? Time shall tell. We shall see. Be March Boxing. Thanks for listening. Peace.